Read the passage, then answer the questions that follow. Biomass Basics by the United States Energy Information Association. Biomass is organic material made from plants and animals, microorganisms. Biomass contains stored energy from the sun. Plants absorb the sun's energy in a process called photosynthesis. The chemical energy in plants gets passed on to animals and people can eat them. Biomass is a renewable energy source because we can always grow more trees and crops, and waste will always exist. Some examples of biomass fuels are wood, crops, manure, and some garbage. When burned, the chemical energy in biomass is released as heat. If you have a fireplace, the wood you burn in it is a biomass fuel. Wood waste or garbage can be burned to produce steam for making electricity or to provide heat to industries and homes. Converting biomass to other forms of energy. Burning biomass is not the only way to release its energy. Biomass can be converted to other usable forms of energy, such as methane gas or transportation fuels, such as ethanol and biodiesel. Methane gas is the main ingredient of natural gas. Smelly stuff like rotting garbage and agricultural and human waste release methane gas, also called landfill gas or biogas. Crops like corn and sugarcane can be fermented to produce ethanol. Biodiesel, another transportation fuel, can be produced from leftover food products like vegetable oils and animal fats. How much biomass is used for fuel? Biomass fuels provided about 4% of the energy used in the United States in 2011. Of this, about 45% was from wood and wood-derived biomass, 44% from biofuels, mainly ethanol, and about 11% from municipal waste. Researchers are trying to develop ways to burn more biomass and less fossil fuels. Using biomass for energy may cut back on waste and greenhouse gas emissions. Wood and wood waste. Burning wood is nothing new. The most common form of biomass is wood. For thousands of years, people have burned wood for heating and cooking. Wood was the main source of energy in the United States and the rest of the world until the mid-1800s. Wood continues to be a major source of energy in much of the developing world. In the United States, wood and wood waste, bark, sawdust, wood chips, wood scraps, and paper mill residues provide about 2% of the energy we use today. Using wood and wood waste. About 80% of the wood and wood waste fuel used in the United States is consumed by industry, electrical power producers, and commercial businesses. The rest, mainly wood, is used in homes for heating and cooking. Many manufacturing plants in the wood and paper product industry use wood waste to produce their own steam and electricity. This saves these companies money because they don't have to dispose of their waste products and they don't have to buy as much electricity. Waste to energy. Energy from garbage. Garbage, often called municipal solid waste, MSW, is a source of about 6% of the total biomass energy consumed in the United States. MSW contains biomass or biogenic materials like paper, cardboard, food scraps, grass clippings, leaves, wood, and leather products, and other non-biomass combustible materials, mainly plastics and other synthetic materials made from petroleum. Americans produce more and more waste each year. In 1960, the average American threw away 2.7 pounds of trash a day. Today, each American throws away about 4.4 pounds of trash every day. Of that, about 1.5 pounds are recycled or composted. What do we do with the rest? One option is to burn it. Burning is sometimes called combustion. About 85% of our household trash is material that will burn, and most of that is biogenic, or material that is made from biomass, plant or animal products. About 62% of MSW by weight is biogenic. Waste to energy plants make steam and electricity. Today we can burn MSW in special waste to energy plants and use its heat energy to make steam to heat buildings or to generate electricity. There are about 76 waste to energy plants in the United States that generate electricity or produce steam. In 2011, these plants generated 14 million kilowatt hours of electricity, about the same amount used by 1.3 million U.S. households. The biogenic material in MSW contributed about 51% of the energy of the MSW that burned in waste-to-energy facilities. Many large landfills also generate electricity with the methane gas that is produced as biomass decomposes in the landfills. Waste-to-energy plants also dispose of waste. Providing electricity is not the major advantage of waste-to-energy plants. It actually costs more to generate electricity at a waste-to-energy plant than it does a coal, nuclear, or hydropower plant. The major advantage of burning waste is that it reduces the amount of material that we bury in landfills. Waste-to-energy plants burn about 30 million tons of MSW in 2011. Burning MSW reduces the volume of waste by about 87%. Number 1. The word part micro comes from a Greek word that means small. Based on this information, what does the word microorganism mean as it is used in the passage? Biomass is organic material made from plants and animals. Microorganisms. Paragraph 1. A young and growing life form. B, a rare and delicate life form. C, a life form that moves quickly. D, a life form too tiny to be seen. Number 2. Select 3 sentences from the passage that support the author's claim that waste is a growing concern. A, biomass can be converted to other usable forms of energy, such as methane gas or transportation fuels, such as ethanol and biodiesel. B, using biomass for energy may cut back on waste and greenhouse gas emissions. C, garbage, often called municipal solid waste, MSW, is the source of about 6% of the total biomass energy consumed in the United States. D, today each American throws away about 4.4 pounds of trash every day. E, the major advantage of burning waste is that it reduces the amount of material we bury in landfills. Number 3. What evidence does the author provide to support the claim that biomass can reduce the amount of waste in landfills? A, biomass can be diverted to other usable forms of energy, such as methane gas or transportation fuels, such as ethanol and biodiesel. B, about 80% of the wood and wood waste fuel used in the United States is consumed by industry, electric power producers, and commercial businesses. C, burning MSW reduces the volume of waste by about 87%. D, there are about 76 waste-to-energy plants in the United States that generate electricity or produce steam. Number 4. Which is the best summary of the passage? A, biomass is organic material that we can burn to create energy. Using different forms of biomass is a practical way to reduce waste while also gaining electricity. B, using different forms of biomass has many advantages for creating energy, but comes at a high cost to the environment. Other forms of energy may be just as important. C, burning biomass and organic material can help our environment. Many manufacturers collect their own biomass waste and burn it to create electricity. D, using different forms of biomass to create energy helps companies. Ideally, biomass will become the main energy source used in the United States. Number 5. This question has 2 parts. First, answer part A, then answer part B. Part A. What is the author's primary point of view about biomass? A, the United States should adopt biomass as a primary energy source. B, as a fuel source, biomass has many important benefits for today's world. C, biomass produces too much air pollution to be widely adopted. D, biomass was important in the past, but it is not practical for modern society. Part B. Which paragraph from the passage expresses an opposite point of view to that in Part A? A, paragraph 1. B, paragraph 5. C, paragraph 8. D, paragraph 12. E, paragraph 15. Number 6. What evidence does the author provide to support the claim that biomass can help companies save money? A, biomass can be converted to other usable forms of energy, such as methane gas or transportation fuels, such as ethanol and biodiesel. B, about 80% of the wood and wood waste fuel used in the United States is consumed by industry, electrical power producers, and commercial businesses. C, many manufacturing plants in the wood and paper products industry use wood waste to produce their own steam and electricity. D, there are about 76 waste-to-energy plants in the United States that generate electricity or produce steam.